1. Acknowledging the fire within. Before you can harness the flame, you must first learn to recognize it. When the world stirs your anger, be it from an injustice that pricks your sense of fairness, or a deep-seated frustration bubbling inside like a cauldron of unspoken grievances, pause and take notice. Observe without repression. Rather than quelling or denying this burning surge, allow yourself to observe it. Imagine that every spark is a flaring ember from the worm's heart, a potent signal that something deep within you demands attention and care. Exercise. When you feel a surge of anger, find a quiet space. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and visualize the sensation as a vivid, flickering flame. Note its color, its intensity, its movement. Let it be a messenger rather than a menace. Understanding the message, each burst of anger carries invaluable insights. It can be the body's way of shouting about unresolved pain, unmet needs, or suppressed emotions. Recognize that these fiery signals are not meant to be extinguished by denial, but to be understood. Reflection. Ask yourself, what injustice or buried sorrow is calling out to me? In doing so, you begin to decode the language of your body, transforming anger from an unmanageable force into a message that heralds the need for healing or change. 2. Creative channeling of worm radiance. You have acknowledged your inner blaze. The next step is to transform that raw energy into a creative force. Instead of allowing your fury to erupt uncontrollably, learn to channel it as you would harness the power of wildfire to kindle warmth and light. Expressive movement. Engage in vigorous yet mindful physical activity that lets your body express what words cannot. Whether it is a passionate dance, martial arts like kickboxing, or even a primal rhythmic shaking, envision each movement as a controlled eruption of the worm's fire. By transforming shaking limbs into a fluid dance and clenched fists into purposeful strikes, you transmute anger into a moving, living art form, each motion a testament to your inner strength and grace. Artistic outpouring. Sometimes the best way to capture the intensity of your emotions is through artistic creation. Allow yourself to become an artist of your own experience. Paint a picture where tumultuous colors collide into a harmonious whole, reflecting both the storm and the calm that follow. Write a poem or craft a short story that transforms the raw power of your fury into beauty and insight. Compose a soulful melody that resonates with the highs and lows of your passionate spirit. Remember, your creative expressions are like the shimmering scales of an ancient dragon, each a unique mark of how you faced and transformed the heat of your emotions. Mindful journaling. Put pen to paper and write a letter to your inner fury. In this intimate dialogue, ask yourself, what is this rage trying to tell me? What injustice or lingering pain stokes this fire? Much like a dragon burns away its old, brittle scales to reveal a renewed armor, writing down your feelings can melt away outdated narratives and forge a path toward healing. Journaling transforms your rage from chaotic energy into a structured, reflective process that opens doors to self-understanding and growth. Zoran's counsel: do not fear your inner blaze, tame it. When you channel your worm rage with purpose, you turn a destructive inferno into a transformative furnace, one that reforges your spirit into something resilient and fierce. Zoran the dragon, take these words to heart, for they remind you that the fiery passion within is not your enemy. Instead, it is a wellspring of creative power capable of igniting new beginnings and altering your destiny. Bringing it all together, embracing and channeling your constructive rage is a journey, a dance with the very essence of your being. As you learn to recognize the sparks of anger, interpret the messages encoded in your body's heat, and transform that energy into art and movement, you begin to unlock a deeper, more integrated self. Your inner fury, when nurtured and guided with wisdom, serves as the catalyst for profound transformation and creative expression. In this process, You start to see that every conflagration within is not merely a disruptive force, but also a signpost pointing toward hidden reservoirs of strength. By taming your inner worm, you unlock the secret to turning turmoil into triumph, a truth as old and enduring as the flames of the mighty dragons that soar across the midnight sky. May your journey into the heart of your own fire be one of discovery, healing, and radiant creativity. Embrace your rage with open arms, for it is in the control and transformation of that potent energy that you forge your most resilient and inspiring self. See, integrating the shadow into the Halia, dear seeker, understand that within the theater of your soul, every fire casts an inevitable shadow. The goal of shadow work is not to eradicate these smoldering, mysterious elements, but to integrate them, to honor them as vital threads woven into the grand tapestry of your inner being. Imagine your inner rage and unhealed wounds as flickering embers, each one a testament to battles fought, losses endured, and truths yet to be revealed. When you allow this fire to be heard and harnessed, you begin to reclaim those forgotten pieces of yourself. No longer is the flame a destructive force that consumes you. It becomes a guide, illuminating hidden depths and catalyzing transformation. The dance of light and shadow, this integration, is akin to the eternal dance of light and shadow that adorns a dragon's scales. Picture the brilliant blaze of your passion merging with the cool, reflective embers of self-awareness. In this majestic ballet, every spark of anger, every pang of sorrow, and every surge of frustration takes on a new role, not as a harbinger of doom, but as a vital signal, a call from your inner worm to pay heed and begin healing. As Carl Jung wisely taught, the shadow is not a flaw, but an integral part of our psyche, holding secrets that, when acknowledged, transform unresolved pain into reservoirs of strength and wisdom. Meeting emotions head-on, modern therapeutic approaches, such as somatic experiencing and mindfulness-based stress reduction, encourage us to meet our emotions head-on. Instead of suppressing or slandering our inner storms, these practices teach us to listen intently to what our bodies are revealing. In doing so, we learn that anger and pain are not curses but potent signals. They beckon us to transform unhealed trauma into newfound resilience. Consider the practice of mindful observation. When tension rises in your chest or a clenched jaw tightens your resolve, use that moment as a map, a compass pointing toward hidden areas that need attention. Through deliberate introspection and compassionate curiosity, the energy stored in these emotional contractions can be gently transformed into creative power and healing. A practical ritual of integration begins by setting aside moments of quiet reflection. As you sit in stillness, allow your body to speak, full every tremor, every subtle vibration that whispers its own tale. Journal your observations. What emotion emerges? What part of your body protests or pulses with intensity? Then, ask yourself, what might this fury or pain be trying to teach me? In this act of inquiry, you convert raw emotion into meaning. The process of integration is both an art and a science, a deliberate, ongoing ritual where the once fragmented parts of yourself coalesce into a more cohesive and powerful whole. Zoran's counsel, a dragon's might, is not diminished by the shadow it casts. Instead, the interplay of blazing fire and gentle dusk breathes life into its legend. Embrace your inner darkness, let it merge with your light, and you shall rise as a creature of immense strength and wisdom. Zoran the Dragonwy, this matters. When you integrate your shadow, you honor the full spectrum of your human experience. You learn that every spark of anger, every burst of sorrow, is a vital part of who you are. They are not obstacles to be eradicated, but rather guideposts that, when observed and understood, signal the path to profound self-discovery and healing. This journey toward wholeness is the fusion of body and soul, a dynamic process where unresolved pain is transmuted into a vibrant living force. Modern insights and timeless truth scientific studies on somatic experiencing and mindfulness reaffirm that the root of healing lies in accepting all aspects of our being. Research in neurobiology shows that consciously engaging with our emotions can rewire the brain, fostering the resilience needed for lasting transformation. Van der Kolk, 2014, Damasio, 1994. And as ancient wisdom reminds us, the dance of light and shadow has been celebrated throughout human history, from indigenous ritual dances to the mindful practices of yogis. Both ancient mystery and modern science converge in the realization that true power is born from the integration of all our inner forces. May you, dear seeker, learn to welcome your inner shadow with compassion and courage. By integrating its lessons, you reclaim lost fragments of your spirit, guiding your personal fire instead of letting it burn unchecked. In the union of your blazing passion with the cool embers of introspection, you forge an existence as luminous and enduring as the legendary dragons of old. May the wisdom of your inner shadow be as transformative as the ancient dance of fire and dusk, and may you emerge, whole and radiant, prepared to soar with the strength of a true dragon.